All right, let's get right over to Aisha Braveboy's headquarters. She's been called the race for county executive, winning by a huge number.
And my DNA suggests that I am 57% Nigerian.
Yes, sir! Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria in the building! Yes, sir!
And I grew up understanding the importance of hard work, the understanding that nothing is given to you, that you have to earn it. And people ask me, hey, why are you out here? You know, you got this, you got this. But what I said is that God loves a humble servant, a humble servant. And so it is with humility that I accept this Democratic nomination to continue my work as county executive here in gorgeous Prince George's County. I am also excited that this gentleman here will be the first gentleman of Prince George's.
Yes, sir! Come on! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the first gentleman of the county! Woo! Yes, Will, come on.
And of course, my mom will continue her duties as first mother, Norma Braveboy. My father, Cuthbert Braveboy, first father. My sister, Anika, will be first sister.
Let's go.
And my niece, Tiara, first niece. But seriously, let me tell you, it is overwhelming. You know, when I started as county executive, I was facing a significant $170 million structural deficit, the loss of the Six Flags site, the commanders indicating that they would leave, and uncertainty with the FBI. And also, we had so many federal layoffs, as you all recall. We were feeding federal workers for a large part of my first days in office. These are people who never thought that they would be in a food line, but they found themselves there because either they were laid off or they were furloughed and they weren't earning an income. And that's when we understood that our economy is fragile. We rely too heavily, I believe, on the federal government. And so what I've sought to do was to expand economic development in this county. And guess what? In less than a year, we've done that. We've increased our economic development portfolio by $10 billion. So we are now sitting at $18 billion in economic development activities happening in Prince George's County.
Y'all make some noise, come on!
We competed for the biggest prize when it came to an entertainment venue, Sphere. Sphere is coming to National Harbor here in Prince George's County.
Yep.
We also focused on ensuring that our Blue Line corridor was moving forward so we could have real transit-oriented development. And I can tell you we have cranes in the air at Addison Road because not only were we committed to development, but we were committed to changing our permitting process so that it was streamlined and that people could get permits more without as much effort. But still, we dotted all our I's, crossed all our T's. I mean, the process is the process, but we just needed to be diligent. And I'm so grateful that the team at DPI understood the assignment, and we are delivering on major projects all across this county, from the Discovery District in College Park, obviously to our Blue Line corridor. And we are also upgrading our retail. You know, it may seem like a little thing, but I can tell you it's a big thing that we are getting Sprouts here in Prince George's County. I want to thank Walla Blagay for all her hard work and her dedication in making that happen. because she was not interested in anything that we already had. And so we worked together along with Danielle Hunter, who looks like she is going to be our not only current but future councilwoman for District 6.
Yes.
It's looking good. It's looking good. And we are also delivering. We are delivering on our promises to be fiscally prudent, our promises to invest in those things that our county needs and wants and deserves, and really change the paradigm for Prince George's County. This is our renaissance. This is our renaissance. And you know what? We are not going to let grass grow under our feet. We're moving fast. People ask me all the time, why do you move so fast? Well, we got to get this done yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Because we've waited too long. We've waited too long for change. And change is happening right now. So again, I am grateful to each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank our council chair, Crystal Oriada, for being here. And if all holds the way it looks right now, our next senator for District 24, Tiffany Alston, we appreciate you. This is a great night. It's a great night, but it's a great night and a great win for every single person in this room. So I want to say thank you for your belief in me. Thank you for your votes. Thank you for being at the polls. Thank you for your prayers. And thank you for being who you are. You are what makes Prince George's County the best county in America. You are what makes this county work. And I'm so grateful for each of you. So if you are a candidate or an elected official, can you please join me on stage?
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for all our elected officials. Please put your hands together for them. Tiffany Alston, Daniel Hunter, Chair Crystal Oriada.
Derek Coley is coming up.
Yes.
Is Andrew?
Delegate Andrea Harris.
Is Delegate Harrison here? All right, let's come on up. Come on up, Delegate.
Come on up, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for them.
Judge Lakeisha Allen.
Judge Makisha.
Well, it's an election party in Prince George's County.
That is hype man and all.
It sure is. Aisha Braveboy speaking to supporters in Prince George's County as she has become the projected winner of the Prince George's County executive race. And she is bringing up people who are both either running for office or are in public office to show that they have solidarity together in the county they love.
We're reminded that she jumped into this role, or won this role, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
In a special election to replace Angela Alsobrooks, who is now in the Senate. And she listed some of the events that have happened within just the last year. And it's mind-blowing. You talk about Six Flags, that shut down, the Commanders, FBI headquarters, not going to Prince George's County, Doge layoffs. She had to find a new superintendent, fire chief, a police chief. Yeah. So a lot has happened in that short time. But voters are clearly confident in her leadership and moving forward. What do you make about the future of the county and some of the challenges ahead?
Well, Prince George's County, like all of the surrounding counties, is going to have to reposition itself with these Doge cuts. I don't think we fully appreciate just how much those cuts are going to have. We talk about affordability, and that word has become more of an umbrella term to address a whole bunch of things. But we probably have yet to see the full impact of that on things like housing. We need to take a look at foreclosure numbers and all those kinds of things, because people are in trouble.
Yeah.
And so what she's going to have to figure out with the county council and other leaders is how to navigate this in a way that reduces the amount of pain that folks are going to have to feel, in addition to what they've already felt. The truth is, policymakers often are trying to make the best decision from the available options, and in many cases, those options aren't necessarily good ones. And so this is an endorsement of her, at least in this sort of 1 year interim period, and hopefully she can take this and continue to move through with the council and find ways to give people the relief they need. And unfortunately, the nature of public policy is such that not everybody who needs help can get it. And that's the reality of things. And hopefully she can help as many people as she possibly can.
You see her bringing in members of the county council, and she talked quite a bit about the conditions, what people are feeling in Prince George's County, people who maybe didn't need help but needing it help now. We've done stories about how they've set up these food pantries at libraries, and so just this real effort of outreach to reach people who didn't need the help before, but because of these Doge cuts and because of all the changes that have happened in the landscape, need those services now.
Yeah, and it really, I think it goes to show too how important, you know, we kind of, on paper, colloquially, we say that local politics is really important, and then, you know, lament that not as many voters participate in those kind of lower level elections. This is real life. This is the kind of policy and the kind of office that directly affects people's budgets, their household budgets, their own pocketbooks, their own ability to kind of dream and plan for themselves, for their families. So even, as you mentioned, in the short year that she's been the county executive, has already faced some really major challenges. I'm sure that will continue. That's kind of the nature of the game, and you know, bringing up some of the other elected officials there. It's a good message for her to portray, given her short stance in the office to date. That's one thing that she can kind of point to say, I am building these relationships. These are a longer term partnership, and these are people that I will want to continue to build something of substance with, and that's a good place for someone to be who's been in office for a short year and kind of getting a full term of her own going in. It's a good face to show.
How do you heard her talk here, Aisha Braveboy, there about the county's reliance on the federal government, and we know a lot of our localities that surround the district are trying to branch out and not rely so heavily on the federal government. How do you do that in Prince George's County? Do you think that those jobs are coming back post-Trump? Or do they need to change for good?
I think that some of them may return, but most of them won't. There's another part to this. Jurisdictions around the country, members of Congress from around the country know that these federal jobs are stable and well-paying, and they themselves may represent districts that don't really have a lot of that. So one of the real sort of underplayed stories in the early part of the second Trump administration was not just the firings, but the movement of jobs to other parts of the country.
Yes, to other parts.
Yeah. And so those jobs aren't coming back, but there will be a regeneration of new jobs. You know, consultancies, lobbyists, those kinds of things are always going to be rooted here locally.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with these conversations around data centers, because the people of Prince George's County have pushed back quite a bit, as have some of their county leadership, about this whole idea of bringing data centers there. And yet they have all this land, they have all this space, right? And people who are entrepreneurial are saying, well, it makes sense to bring this here, to bring jobs here, to bring opportunities here. And so it will be interesting to see how long they keep pushing back on data centers and where that other source of revenue is going to come from.
Yeah, we have some varying opinions here from the people kind of up for discussion tonight. So declared winner Adrian Boafo has said that one of his most unpopular opinions is that we should have a measured and structured approach to allowing data centers into, you know, kind of the larger District 5, but again, PG County. In Montgomery County, also, data centers are a large part of the conversation, with some daylight actually in between there. I mean, the issue is, if data centers, on the one hand, are offering to bring in, you know, hundreds, thousands, however many jobs to the local residents, then the kind of tit for tat becomes, well, let's give them a little bit of a subsidy to bring those jobs here instead of our neighboring county or neighboring state. But then what actually happens is that the distribution of those energy costs get passed on to residents, right? And so not only do we see our energy bills going up because it's summertime and it's hot out there, right? We're trying to cool down, but also now you have to worry about data centers that are supposedly bringing jobs into to the area, but then also directly hurting your household costs. And it's a complicated issue to balance. But at least in District 5, we have a candidate who is supportive. We'll see what happens in Montgomery County, kind of on the details between maybe Jawando and Friedson. A little bit of daylight in between the two of them on their approach to how those energy costs should be paid for and supplemented.
Okay, I see our Matt Gregory standing by at the big board right